Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Talk Diabetes with Nkiruka. And today I'm so excited. I'm going to be talking about multiple daily doses of insulin. The acronym I'll be using for that is MDI versus hybrid closed loop pump. What works best for time restrictive eating? So for the time restrictive eating, the acronym I'm going to be using in this video is TRE. So let's kick on or crack on. I'm so excited. So you all know I live with type 1 diabetes, and I have practiced time restrictive eating for 4 years now and 6 months as a dietary adjunct to insulin therapy. So it's a very tricky balancing act with insulin. That's why most clinicians might not recommend that people that don't have good understanding undertake time restrictive eating whilst on insulin therapy. So today I'm going to be doing a comparison between the MDI and the hybrid closed loop system. I have tested both. I have practiced time restrictive eating with the MDI, and a month on Wednesday I was switched over to the hybrid closed loop system, and I'm so excited to talk about how good they both are and which one I prefer. So today I'm going to share what worked better with time restrictive eating for blood sugar control, flexibility, and quality of life. So stick around for more information on this amazing topic of discourse. I'll start off by defining what time restrictive eating is, which is TRE, the acronym I told you about in the beginning of the video. It's actually a type of intermittent fasting where you eat all your meals within a set window. So it's either 6 hours, 8 hours, or 10 hours, and you fast for the remaining hours. So for me, I fast for 16 hours and I eat within an 8-hour eating window. In the global diabetes community, time restrictive eating has piqued the interest of so many researchers, and so many studies have shown and supported the use of time restrictive eating as a dietary adjunct to any type of diabetes medication, be it oral or insulin. However, the use of time restrictive eating as an adjunct with insulin, we've got very limited studies on that, and I'm currently working on my personal study, and in due course you will all know the outcome. I'm also looking forward to that. So studies on the use of time restrictive eating as a dietary intervention for type 2 diabetes has shown that there is an improvement with insulin sensitivity, weight management, and stable glucose control. But there is a catch if you live with type 1 diabetes and practicing or using the dietary intervention time restrictive eating, TRE. So timing of insulin is not an easy thing to do with time restrictive eating and insulin injections. So whether you use insulin injections or a pump, time restrictive eating actually adds another layer of complexity with your whole self-care management. So now let's talk about my MDI experience. That's the multiple daily insulin injection. So we're going to talk about my experience. So my experience with MDI and time restrictive eating has been for 4 years and 6 months. So when I was on MDI, I used the long-acting insulin twice a day and a fast-acting insulin before my carb-rich meals. So the challenge was that I would sometimes dip quite low late in the morning or overnight. And on the flip side, when I broke my fast around noon, it was hard to match the insulin timing with the larger first meal. So in order to make adjustments, I had to like break my fast with lighter meals, and this helped me a lot. So to help with managing my post-meal blood sugar levels, what I did with the MDI was take my insulin about 15 minutes before my meal. So this helped. However, whenever I misjudged my carbs or exercised too much in the morning, two things happened, and it could either be a spike up or a crash quickly. So that being said, MDI has its strengths, and it was so simple. There was no device that was stuck to my body. And when everything aligned well with the multiple daily insulin doses, it worked perfectly well. But you know, as humans, we are bound to make one or two slight mistakes that might disrupt the whole process. So it was quite cumbersome, and it required a lot of manual adjustments and being aware of the changes within my body, especially during the fasting period. So let's crack on by talking about the hybrid closed loop pump experience. Oh, I'm so excited about it. So after I switched to the hybrid closed loop pump, oh, this was the biggest game changer for me. The pump actually adjusted the basal insulin based on my CGM readings. Even when I was fasting, it made sure my blood sugar levels were just where they should be, in the right target range. This alone made a huge difference in avoiding morning lows or unexpected highs. So during my meals, I still had to bolus manually by imputing my carb rations, and the system always helped me to recover from mistakes faster. So post-meal spikes were usually milder, and time in range, oh my goodness, this is the best part. My time in range improved tremendously. Even when I had larger portions of meal to break my fast, the time in range still stayed perfect. Honestly, it's a game changer. And the other best part is that I noticed less mental fatigue. I will say that again, less mental fatigue. I am having a ball, honestly, with the pump. The best thing ever. The hybrid closed loop pump is the best. I don't think about having to jab myself every minute of the day. And time restrictive eating for me now has become so much easier to cope with, and everything about my sugars are so predictable. So I know that everything is working well with the time restrictive eating and the hybrid closed loop pump. So the mental fatigue, no more mental fatigue again. So now let's compare the MDI and the hybrid closed loop. What worked better for Ikiruka in terms of convenience, time in range, fasting control, and flexibility? I'm excited. So the first thing is that the hybrid closed loop pump gave me fewer low blood sugars and low blood sugar rebounds. So I was more in target range. This is the most exciting part. And then the auto adjusting of the basal insulin made a big difference in my fasting control. Yeah. Number three, the pump won on this. So there's less micromanaging. But in terms of simplicity, MDI wins. So you've got fewer devices, no tubing, and it's readily affordable. Yes, I have to contend with all the devices attached to me. Well, if that's the price I have to pay for convenience, well, I guess I am. on board with the hybrid closed loop pump. So if you are doing well on MDI, TRE can still work for you. All you need to do is dial in your long-acting timing and meal strategies. But if you're considering swapping to a hybrid pump, TRE might actually become very easy, more consistent, and less stressful. I will repeat that again, less stressful. So my call to action, I need to remind you all that everyone's diabetes is different. And what worked for me might not work for you. But all I have mentioned above is what I found combining the hybrid closed loop tech with my dietary strategy. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you found it helpful, and share it with someone navigating time restrictive eating and diabetes. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.